Lately I've been thinking a lot about friendship. And the older I get and the more awareness I get with just experience and time, that word does not fit my life. Barely any. I don't use that word. I don't have any friends. I have allies. And that doesn't come from pain or bitterness. It comes from growth, from finally understanding the difference between people who like you and people who are just aligned with you. This episode isn't about cutting people off. It's about learning the difference between saying, oh, I need friends, and just start doing your own things. Friendship is simple, I would say. You hang out, y'all talk every day, on the phone 24/7. You share your darkest and deepest secrets, and boom, you're best friends. But nobody explains that most friendships form from proximity and not purpose. Just because you're around someone every day at work or at school or at a place in the neighborhood, and y'all are just friends because y'all share the same space, to sum it up. It's no actual reason y'all should be friends. It's just y'all are around each other. And you bond with them because you're in the same environment, you share the same pain, same traumas, or you crave the same comfort. And for some reason, that feels like love. But comfort isn't compatibility, y'all. Some people were never aligned with your destiny. They were just aligned with your distractions. They fed into your distractions. Y'all bonded on things that y'all hated about y'all lives. And y'all probably gossiped a lot. And I'm saying y'all, like, I haven't been guilty of this myself. My friends that I outgrew that I'm not around anymore. And this is for me, the people that I'm not even around anymore. We gossiped. We bonded over eating junk food. We drank all the time. We cried and complained about guys and wondered why they never cared about us, even though they were bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel, y'all. When I tell y'all, like, when I go back and I think about my exes, I just be like, why was I even crying? I'm not finna bond with another female over that. That's just how I am. No judging, no none of that. We having a real conversation here, and I'm just expressing my opinion. So if you don't agree with my opinion, you can get off this video or episode. We're gonna continue. But I realized that a lot of people also didn't love me for me. They loved the fact that I was a pushover, and especially with friendships. Like, a lot of friendships are one-sided sometimes. And in my experience, I was the one that was always overgiving my time, energy, and sometimes they don't even care about you or what you're going through. They honestly just want to bond with you for a moment to get something out of you or to learn something from you or to literally just feed off of your aura, to be completely honest. And that's what really, really close friends do when you around them 24/7 and you're talking to them 24/7 and you're sharing your deepest and darkest secrets, which is something you do not do. I wouldn't even recommend telling your sister anything. I'm not throwing shots at my sister, but I wouldn't even tell my sister like all this stuff. And I'm sure she probably wouldn't tell me everything that she does because it's not my business. So that's how I look at it. Like, I don't look at, friends as friends. I look at them as allies because there's a boundary between the two. So the energy shift, let's talk about this from like the friendships I have had and what I've noticed from just like going on my own path, not wanting to focus on what everyone else is focusing on. And you'll just start to notice, like, especially with losing weight, y'all, if you're beautiful, a triple threat, if you got talent, if you got gifts, if you're confident, just know you're never going to have true friends that you can share all of your weaknesses with. It's okay to bond with someone. Like, it's okay to express that you're upset, frustrated, but I would not tell them something that I wouldn't want the whole world to find out. Point blank, period. So what I noticed with elevating and becoming a better person, a better version of myself, or just trying to grow, you'll notice people start throwing shady jokes. The support gets quiet. The support is going to get quiet, okay? The support is going to get quiet. When I first started posting online, for example, or posting my music, and I already know that no one in your hometown supports me, like, for real. Shout out to the people that do support me. That's from my hometown, if they're watching this or listening to this episode, I do see that and I do appreciate that. But from like what I do know and what I see, I don't care for validation. At this point, I care to just speak my truth and speak how I feel about certain things. It don't matter. But you'll notice the support will get really quiet when I first started from people around me in my hometown. And that when I go back and look at it, it was because I was cringe, y'all. Like, I was in my very, very cringe era. Like, that was last year, so it's crazy. And I was still confident as now. And that's why, like, it don't matter if you're big, small, or, whatever. If you got confidence, if you believe in yourself, you consistent with it, those friends are going to fall off, quote unquote friends, because that's what I called them back then. But those type of people will fall off. They won't support you. They won't fuck with you. I'm just being honest. They won't mess with you. They won't support the journey because they want to be comfortable with remembering you as the person you were with them. And it's not always hate. Sometimes it's just discomfort on their end, and that's why they don't do it. So I don't take it personal either when people don't show support because I know where the type of place is coming from, and I'm not searching for validation from nobody. Like, I'm not just searching for someone to give me flowers because I deserve the flowers and I've already given them to myself. And I only know it's a matter of time before the world catches up. And they always say, people in your hometown ain't gonna ever support you the way that people online or people that are not from your village will support you. So that's just how it is. And also know that, like, the more you work on yourself, the more disciplined that you are. It's just a mirror to other people's stagnation. Because at first you were the underdog and you were the joke, and then now they see you climbing on top, and it's okay because, and I'm not trying to, promote you being competitive, but everybody has their own journey and their own destiny with things. But if you're moving at a quicker pace or you're doing more than what they're doing and they've been doing it longer, they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed off. And that's just how it is. That's why the friendship thing don't work, because if y'all started at the same level and you start to outgrow them or start doing more than them, they're going to turn into a bitter ass snake. That's how women work. And I'm just telling the truth. You can never be friends with someone and share your business, because that's how women work. Once they know your weaknesses, they know your issues, your trauma, the first thing they're going to do is attack you for your reputation and just try to tear you down. So that's why I do not believe in having friends, because at the end of the day, with an ally, it ain't no bad blood. It ain't too close and it's not too far. Like, you're not telling all your business, and you might share some things about yourself and stuff. I'm not saying don't open up to people and don't build relationships. It's about building relationships the right way as a person who has a lot going for themselves or is working towards having a lot for themselves. There's no such thing as friends at the top. Why do you think there is 2 seats in the Lamborghini, of course, and what? How many seats are in the bus? I hear crickets because it's the truth. Also, I don't believe in having friends because as soon as you have a disagreement or fallout, you'll just start to notice. They'll start competing, copying. After you're doing good, you're making some progress, or they see you doing your thing. You'll stop talking, right? They may go distant, but they'll be the first person to like watch your story all the time, like all the time, like the first person. And then, like, let's say I make a post online, like post a picture, post some content. A minute, 2, 3 minutes later, they post content, but never even like my content or even engaged with it. This is insane how it can be. And these aren't even just friends. People will do that in general, like watch you and not give you your props. But I'm telling you, friends will do that too. And y'all gotta watch out for monitoring spirits, because they are out there. Like, they will sit there and watch what you do, copy you, act like they don't see you, but see you and try to be like you. And that's how a lot of female friendships are anyways. Like, because I mean, when I think about my friendships in high school and middle school, and just keep in mind, it's still like high school out here. It's just the people are older and bigger bullies now. The concept has not changed. And I remember how I bonded with my friends back then in high school and when I was younger. And No, it's best to be by yourself and trust yourself for the most part and share only limited amount of things that are vulnerable. Don't share everything that's vulnerable. I am guilty as charged for that because oh boy have I overshared some shit. But I mean it's like it is what it is. I bet you won't find nothing else out about me. Wink, wink. So let's talk about the difference between allies and friends. Friends aren't built on comfort. Allies are built on purpose. Friends need constant access. Allies respect distance. That's true. Like the friendships I had, like I said back then when I was over 300 pounds, people were okay to be friends with me then. People were like, my hometown, for example, was supporting me then for sure because I wasn't a threat, but you become a threat when you work on yourself. I mean, because most people want it, but they don't do it. And the ones that do it, they're going to be hated by the ones that don't do it. And even when you are at the top and you have a friend, or quote unquote, you just still never trust. It doesn't matter because they might say, oh, of course, you're not going to be cool with that person no more because you outgrown them. But there's always levels of where people are at. And when you're on a different level, you just make a friend on another level and maybe it'll work out better. At the end of the day, it's in a woman's nature most of the time to compete. And even if they're not competing with you, by all means, if you fall out, they are going to tarnish you. They're going to do their best to tarnish you. You think they're going to let you walk away? No, women are like that and just walk away and let things be. Like me, for example, there's some women out there, but you'll never know until it happens. And why wait till it happens to find out if someone has enough integrity to just let y'all fall out and y'all just walk away? No, you fall out with a female friend, she's going to want to ruin you. Point blank, period. That's just the truth. And then again, friends be wanting attention. They want to be on the phone with you all day. Let's say you and your boyfriend get into it. They want to be on the phone with you all day, be around you all day to fill a void. But then when they got a relationship or it's stable, they want to be around their man all day. And then the other friend gets mad and it's built on codependency and trauma. And then again, like an ally doesn't get jealous when you disappear or work on yourself. And they understand that your silence means focus. For real, like I have allies. And the times that I want to talk, we text, we're talking about ideas. We're talking about things we want to do, like for our music, for our brand, for anything. We're not sitting here gossiping about the next person. We're not sitting here comparing ourselves. We're encouraging each other. And that's just my honest opinion. Like, there's no such thing as that. In this day and age, with media or just in general, a woman that is not content and confident. It's just how women nature is. Compete, compete, compete. That's in our nature. They promote it with everything. Everything is based on competition. And I'm not playing any competition to where I feel like I'm competing with anyone. I'm competing with myself. But then again, and here's the truth also, being an ally requires maturity because you can't just celebrate yourself and then feel some type of way when other people are celebrated. And that happens a lot. Like you will give yourself flowers, but you can never give someone else their flowers. And that's the thing. Like allies and y'all are cool and y'all are having the same grind, the same hustle. Yeah, we support each other. But then again, they ain't oversharing things and building a bond based on trauma. They're building a bond, a surface level bond, I would say, not too deep to where your heart is just open on the operating table, you know? And a lot of people haven't healed their comparison wounds yet. So when you glow up or when you become a better version of yourself, that's proof that it's possible and then they just not doing it. And you can say, well, I'll just get a friend that's into glowing up too. I'll get a friend that's into this, into that. Okay, yeah, make them your ally. You can share some of those hobbies together, do them together. But remember to not overstep that boundary of bonding over trauma. Go to a therapist. Do not sit there and bond over trauma or over surface level things. Bond over what feels right, not what feels comfortable. Because when you're just bonding over something that feels comfortable, it drains you because it's familiar. But when you're allies with someone, and it's like you're on the same basketball team, like you're your own player, you have to make your own money, you're focused on your own career as an athlete itself, but you're playing with the same basketball team, the same football team. You're all going for the same goal. And that's how allies work. Friendships need constant reassurance that they trust the bond. Need constant reassurance that we're best friends, that we're friends, that we're loyal to each other. Stop looking for that assurance. Stop looking for that reassurance. Because yeah, y'all are good now. Anything happens, they owe you no loyalty. That's all out the door. And that's even with allies. And I say allies because in my head, that makes me register that this is just a person in my life. Because in my head, I am in a movie. I'm the main character of my movie. I mean, there's a few people in my movie in and out, but like, this is my movie and I'm the character in this video game. I'm the avatar. Like, no one else is going to be like that close or a part of me. Like maybe just a significant other, a partner, but friends, they come a dime a dozen, friend. So this episode was basically me explaining why I don't believe in friendships and why I believe in having allies. I believe in, yes, we can share similar interests and we can do girl things together and we can talk about things that are inspirational. I don't believe in talking about things to bring other people down and bonding over it, bonding over our trauma, bonding over our lack of happiness in our love life, or bonding over things that aren't beneficial to us. Because all that is going to bring up in the end is if that friend, one of those friends found love that you were bonding over at first of liking on both ends, and then one friend goes find love and one of them don't, they're gonna be so mad that you have love and they don't. That's just how it is. That's just an example. So yes, go build bonds with people, but be cautious. Don't overshare. Never overshare. Never share nothing that you don't want the whole world to know. Get out there, work it, work it, work it. I'm just playing. Just be careful, y'all. Like, build allies. Don't call everybody your friend. You are your only friend, and you're the only person you'll ever need.